The Republican Party and the Democratic Party in the United States, what is their relationship really like? Why do they fight so fiercely to the point of life and death, yet never stop? In fact, the Republican Party is the oldest political party and has the deepest roots in the United States. Since the formation of the United States, the Republican Party existed. But at that time, it was called the Democratic Republican Party. However, at that time, the political party that truly dominated the United States was the Federalist Party, founded by the first U.S. President, George Washington. But by the 8th presidential election in 1816, when James Monroe, a member of the Republican Party, was elected, the Federalist Party quickly weakened and withdrew from the historical stage. From that point, the U.S. entered the era of single-party dominance by the Republican Party. However, this monopoly dominance did not last long. In the 10th presidential election in 1824, all candidates came from within the Democratic Republican Party. The two most prominent candidates were John Quincy Adams, who was serving as Secretary of State, and Andrew Jackson, a farmer from the common class. John Quincy Adams represented the elite class and advocated that for the U.S. to develop, focus should be placed on industrial, manufacturing, and financial development. Meanwhile, Andrew Jackson was considered the father of American populism. He initiated the movement to identify true Americans within the country, which made the struggle between the two sides more intense. After John Quincy Adams was elected, the Democratic-Republican Party began to dissolve. Andrew Jackson led a group to leave the party and founded the Democratic Party. Many might find this very strange because it is completely opposite to the impression of our traditional view of the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Nowadays, currently, the Republican Party often represent the most conservative forces in America, while the Democratic Party represents the progressive side. But back then, the Democratic Party was the conservative side, while the Republican Party supported change. This wasn't really important because after the Democratic Party grew, stronger successive presidents came from the Democratic Party until 1860. When the first Republican president, Abraham Lincoln, was elected and restored the Republican Party's governing position for more than 75 years. America was almost under the control of the Republican Party. In a political cartoon, the artist depicted an interesting scene: an elephant and a donkey playing seesaw. The elephant represents the Republican Party, a long-established party with a stronghold on power, while the donkey symbolizes the Democratic Party, constantly complaining and asking the elephant to give way. The political struggle in America has since been called the donkey